What's up, guys? This is the official Bootstrap for crash course by the channel Fortune Codes. So if you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe so that this can get to other developers out there who are searching for this exact same crash course. So this is a course geared for beginners, but even if you have interacted with Bootstrap before, this course you should add a lot of value to what you already know. So let's dive right into it. So what is Bootstrap? Put simply, Bootstrap is a popular front-end library. I mean, there are other examples like Materialize, Bulma, and Tailwind, so many, but Bootstrap I think is the most popular, and it keeps on getting better with the release of Bootstrap 5 Alpha. It's not yet in beta, but it is soon going to be. So I know someone is going to ask me, so if Bootstrap is a popular front-end library, then what the heck is a library? I want you to think of a library like this. Okay, if you wanted to look for books in an actual library, you would find tons of books. But if you were to look for the same books yourself, it would take you ages to get the same number of books, right? So think of a front-end library as someone already wrote the CSS and JavaScript for you. All you have to do is access it and use it in your project. I'll explain that in a bit on how we are going to access it. I just want us to look at the advantages of Bootstrap itself as a library. The first advantage is going to be it's inherently responsive. That is, whatever you do, as long as you used Bootstrap in building the website, every single component that you will add to your website will become responsive. Everything, a button, a card, whichever item you add into it is inherently responsive. So you don't have to struggle with media queries, putting auto using percentages to make your website responsive. Just put Bootstrap in there and voila, you're done. Number two, it speeds up development process. If a client asks you for a website in like a week, if you are going to use HTML, CSS, and still have to write the backend of that website with maybe PHP or maybe the .NET frameworks like Django, well, it kind of takes up a lot of time to write the backend. So if you were using Bootstrap, you'd be done with the front end in like a day. Then you'd spend the other time, the rest of the week, working on the logic that helps the website to actually function. Okay, I hope that point is taken. The third reason is it helps out developers who aren't that good at web design. Like me, I love the backend, I also love the front end. I love it all. I'm full stack. But for developers who don't like designing, Bootstrap is there for you. I mean, you just get a UI that looks good and just paste it and you are good to go. And the last reason for using Bootstrap even in 2021, it's a requirement by most front-end jobs. Once you apply, you get like should know UI and UX design. Number two, should have used libraries like Bootstrap, and there you go. You haven't used Bootstrap, so you automatically differ from the job. So if you want to get hired as a front-end, back-end, or even full-stack dev, you still gotta know Bootstrap. Okay. So how exactly are we going to use Bootstrap? Let's look at a case example. This is a screenshot from my code editor. So this is a button, but this is vanilla HTML, nothing added, no classes, and this is the output. So as you can see, the output really sucks. I mean, look at this. This is just a plain button, nothing, no border radius, nothing fancy with the text, no color. I mean, this just looks awful. But immediately you add this exact you just add the btn primary class. Automatically your button gets padding, your button gets styling for the text, it changes the font size, it changes the height, the width, everything. You get that just by accessing the Bootstrap class btn primary. So that's exactly how we're going to use Bootstrap. All you have to do is access the class, and immediately you access the class, the pre-written CSS takes over and gives you this nice looking layout. Okay, so let's go to the next. What Bootstrap actually does under the hood. So I know you're thinking, so like I just add a class and voila, everything looks good. That's what Bootstrap does. Your class that you added is btn primary. If you were actually to go into the Bootstrap CSS and scroll down the 1,000 lines of code, you're going to find at some point the btn primary class, where they adjust your padding, they change your font size, probably even change the font family, and a lot more Bootstrap code, until your button results in what we saw in the previous slide, as that hello world beautiful button. So this is exactly what Bootstrap does for you under the hood. So you don't have to do it, they already did it. So if you made it this far to the video and you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button so that this video goes to developers out there who are starting out with Bootstrap. Okay, now that we know what Bootstrap actually does, how about we just install Bootstrap and begin already. So I'm going to show you two techniques on how you can use Bootstrap and actually master it as a library and use it in your projects. To explain the first technique, we are going to be building out this full screen form thingy, like a submitting page. Like once you get into the website, it asks you to sign up. So we're going to be creating this with Bootstrap, and for our second project, we're going to be creating this super basic website with just a navbar, like a call to action, hello there, hire us, some few cards to show the services you offer, and just the same contact, the same form. We're going to use it at the bottom and just add a little footer. So if you're excited to begin, let me know down in the comment section. If you're loving this course, just say yay, or just smash the like button, and I'll really appreciate it. So I'll see you where we start writing the code. Okay. Hello again. Here we are installing Bootstrap. So for you to get to this page that I am on, all you have to do is go to Get Bootstrap. Okay, what am I doing? Seriously, it's my screenshot tool. You have to go to Get Bootstrap. What am I doing? Cancel this out. Okay, my typing game is slow today. You have to go to getbootstrap.com, but I'm not gonna type in that because I already have this offline on my PC, and this is going to be down in the description, guys, so don't worry about this. But if you go to getbootstrap.com, you should find an exact same layout as this. So to install Bootstrap, it kind of depends on what you're using it for. If you're using this for like a React project, all you have to do is open your terminal and type in npm install bootstrap. You can even specify the version of Bootstrap that you want, using the AS, using gem, but I'd prefer use npm. So like you would have to just cd into the file that you're using. Let me just increase this for you. All you have to do is cd into like the folder that you are using, like desktop. We cd into my desktop and cd into our project for today. I named it project 1, I think. Okay, I don't know. cd project project 1. Okay, seriously, something's up. Let me check out what I named it. I named it project underscore 1. Okay, so project underscore 1. Project underscore 1 underscore 1. Okay, so all you had to do is npm init, that would create like a package.json file with some settings. Thereafter, you just have to accept everything, the version, author, it's okay, yes, and you'd have to run. You just come back to the page, copy this npm install bootstrap, and just paste it in here. I'm not gonna run that because I don't want to use it as a node module, so I'm just gonna cut off this terminal. Your second option is to just use the CDN, which is quite simple. You just grab this link here, you copy it, get back to your project. It should be right here, the project 1 that we are going to be building, and just paste it at the CSS. I don't know why this is slow. Or alternatively, you can just come and download the source files. That is exactly what I did, and I'd recommend using the CDN, but if you don't have like a constant internet connection, you can just download it. For the CDN, all you had to do is get to your scripts, to your knee, and just paste it in. Paste that in. Okay, you're good to go. For the script, you just have to paste the JavaScript down here. This. What you have to do is copy this and paste it down below before you close the body tag. So that's it. That's it on installing Bootstrap. It's that simple and it's that easy. Once you have installed Bootstrap, you should be able. Okay, this is an empty. It's just a folder, the one that we created for the first project, which is a form using Bootstrap. I'm just going to delete this package.json, which was created once we ran the npm init. So inside here, for you to know that you have installed Bootstrap, I already linked it. I downloaded the source files, but whichever way you chose to install your Bootstrap, whether it's using the CDN, whether it's downloading the source files, which will be down in the description, or whether you decided to run npm and use it as a node module. Once you've used either of those methods, let's test it out, shall we? I'm going to create a button. I'm going to create a button with a class of btn primary. Then I'm going to check out how it's going to look. Then my extensions aren't loaded there. I'm just going to say hello Bootstrap. Hello Bootstrap. And I'm going to give it a class of btn primary. I should probably explain how you can do this once you have it locally. Once you have downloaded the source files for Bootstrap, this script should actually at the bottom. It should be at the bottom, or else it will slow down the load time of your website. Just put it before the body tag, right there. So once you do this, all you have to do is specify the path for that file. For me, it's bootstrap css, then bootstrap.css. No, okay, bootstrap grid.css. You have bootstrap grid min. So much code in here, you'd actually get confused. So just paste this in and you are ready to use Bootstrap. So I'm going to open this up with live server so that my changes can reflect as soon as I make them. and go over to localhost 5500. That's live servers. Okay, there, that's the hello Bootstrap. It's not looking that great, but as you can see, we have Bootstrap installed. And it's working. Okay, so I'm going to see you in the next video where we're going to make the first project using Bootstrap. Thanks. Welcome back, gang. This is going to be what we will be building as our first project. Hopefully it's going to turn out this way. I'm not sure, but we're gonna try. Okay, it's going to turn out this way. So I'm going to be using Visual Studio Code. I'm going to just get rid of everything in here, except that. So now we have an empty form linked to nothing. To remove custom.css. What are you doing here? Okay, so this link is to the style.css. It's not even linked. It's not even linked though. Okay, I'm removing these two styles. What is that? So all we need is two links to the Bootstrap and to our custom styles, and this is an empty form. So the first method is master the classes, or the second method is get over here, go back to your offline docs. I have mine here under libraries, Bootstrap for offline docs here. I'm going to have this down in the description, so don't worry. So all we have to do is go to the documentation. This should be under forms. So for forms, I could go over all these components, but you can go over them yourself. So we just copy this, get back here, and just paste it in. As simple as that. You could easily make this happen. So this is going to automatically reload. Not really. I'm not going to open up live server. It uses a big share of my RAM. I'm not interested in doing that. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put this in a container. Not really. I'm just going to see if I can access this and just customize it under my own style.css. So this is under a div class called form group. I want to access the form, so I'm going to put my custom class called my form. Okay, so go back to style.css and under my form. I'm going to put in display flex. I'm going to give it a height of 24 rem. What am I doing? 24 rem. And then a width of 100%. Then what I'm going to do is justify the content to the center. Let's see what that does for me. Okay, it really screws everything up, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to cut this out. See what that does. Didn't really work out. Okay, I'm going to remove the flex. I'm just going to say padding top. I'm going to give it a 50 pixels and padding left. I think padding left to right. I'm going to give it 50 pixels as well. Check this out. Load. Wow. So all I have to do is add some padding to the top. I'm going to give this 90. Should look pretty much like what we have here. Okay, I'm just going to do the same here. Just kind of change this up to 92 and reload the page. Wow. So now all we have to do is change some properties, which we're going to do quite easily. I'm going to say body and give it a background color of light coral. Okay, anything else that needs a background color, I'm going to also put this for the form. Let me check this out, how this works out. Yeah, no need. So in seconds we are done with our first project. Now you can just toggle this, go back to index.html, remove unnecessary things like these, and maybe change this to agree to terms and conditions. Something like that. You could easily tweak this to whatever you like, and once you reload, wow. And you could also change this from submit. You could change this to sign in. Boom. Just reload that. Wow. So that's it, gang. We are done with our first project. This was the technique. Technique is dragging and dropping. So hope you learned something. In our next website, I'm going to show you how you can quickly do all this by just getting the essentials of every website and just pasting it in, and you'll get somehow like a boilerplate website template in about 10 minutes. Hope you're excited. I'll see you in the next. You're welcome back, gang. If you've made it this far, then give yourself a hug or a handshake, whatever you like, because you must be serious about learning web development. This is our second build. It's nothing much. It's a basic website. It has a call to action, hello there, something blah blah blah, hire us, and maybe it has some profile cards to show the services you offer. It's currently blank, HTML, CSS, GitHub, nothing much, and the contact page we made in our previous video. Okay, so if you're pumped and psyched, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more like this. You should also be watching out for my Bootstrap series. It's now going to be the professional course, and it's going to be on this channel for free. It's going to be a 30 video long series, but it's going to be packed with content, and it's going to turn you into a professional Bootstrap developer, if there's such a title. Okay, let's get straight to it. The text editor is the same from before, VS Code, but you could use whichever you would like. And by the way, the website, it is responsive to the code. As you can see, completely responsive website. So let's get straight into building this. We're going to recreate this exact same website. So as you can see, we have nothing much here, no code. After the body, nothing in here. We just have images. They are going to be down in the link below anyway, so you're going to get them. CSS, we are linked to this styles.css, which has basic style removal. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. So first, what you're going to need is a navbar. So I'm just going to comment this out. Responsive navbar. And just drop this down. This should work. Why isn't it working? Okay, responsive navbar. So we're just going to go back to Bootstrap 4 and go to navbars. This is my navbar. Where is it? And this is not it. Responsive behaviors. You wanna copy this. This is the navbar we're using. It's completely responsive. So I'm just going to bring it here and paste it in. Obviously, I'm going to remove some of these things like this. I'm just going to call it a fictional name for a fictional site, Doodly Web Design. So I'm just going to type in Doodly going to put this in a span class. So span web design, do the web design, and I'm going to remove some things like this form completely. It's not really completely removed. There you go. Okay, so that form is out of the way. But if I go, I need to open this up. Hope you are seeing this clearly. Look at that. It's nice, but we need to also change this color scheme because that's not what we want. So that's simple. You can just easily come to the nav class. As you can see, it's set to nav bar light, and the background is also light. So I want you to change this to dark, or whatever you like. In the background, we're also going to change this to dark. Okay, pretty simple. Wow, so that's it. We're going to also change some styles. The span class had some really nice color, so we're going to do background. No, we're just going to do color. And there was a color. What color was this? Seriously, I had a specific color for this. Let's just go with crimson. It might not look exactly the same as the site we're trying to achieve, but it's not bad. Next, we're going to need this. Where is this? From here, we have this thick line. I achieved that by using a div. Don't blame me, I would have used a HR, but I just love it this way. I'm just going to create a div called line. Hit tab. So get back to the styles. Give line some height. I'm going to give it 10 pixels. I don't know how that will turn out. And we're just going to give it a background color of crimson. Okay, let's see how this works. Yep, reload. There we have it. It's kind of thick, but let's reduce it. I don't like 10. Let's give it 9. Let's give it 9 pixels. 9 pixels. Okay, let's go back. The next thing we're going to need, the original website. This is a jumbotron, but before we can add the jumbotron, we need some space before that jumbotron. So I'm just going to comment this out and just say space. I need some space. Think about what. Okay, inside space we're just going to put a bunch of HRs and multiply it like times a billion, so 5 tab. It's a lot of space. Then we should go back to Bootstrap and look for jumbotron and just get this, copy, get back, and here we're just going to comment this out and say jumbotron, whichever way you pronounce it. With that, and just paste it in here, everything. Simple. So once I go back and refresh on our website, wow, we should have this simple call to action, hello world, but this isn't what we signed up for. So I'm going back. I'm going to give it a class of custom button. So that has the Bootstrap class. So I'm just going to give it my own and say custom button. What is this? Custom. Okay. So let's get back to the styles. I need to eliminate the border radius. So I'm just going to type in border radius. None. And I'm just going to change the background color to crimson. Ooh, crimson. I like this color. Okay. Let's get back and refresh. Boom. There we go. Okay. Okay, something still doesn't add up. It didn't really remove much of the border radius. So I'm just going to set this attribute to important so that I override the Bootstrap style that they used and change outline to none. Outline none. Pretty nice. Okay, so reload. Wow. Okay, it's not bad. Looking like the original. Not really. It's not looking like the original because the original has its own width of about how many rem? I think 12 rem. 12 rem, I think. Let's reload this. 12 rem. Set this to 0 instead of none. 0. So that works. Reload. Yep, works perfectly. Okay. So from this point, I need to copy this index.html, the space thing. I really love this, and just paste it under the Jumbotron. Boom. We got space. What we need now is, let's go back to the original website. This card, this container. So what we're going to do is get back to Bootstrap, go to cards, scroll down to card groups. I think it should be down there, like really down next to the bottom. Okay. Here we go. This is the one I want. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it right here. Just comment this as card container. Copy this down and boom. It's good to comment out your code. Makes you just cleaner, neater. Now I'm going to remove some useless code here. I don't really need this, so remove that. This too, you can keep it, but I don't wanna. I just need to leave the title alone. That's it. So I'm just removing everything from P to this. Remove P to that. Remove. Boom. Okay, once I reload on our site, reload. I should change this title to like Bootstrap. Change this title to Bootstrap for website. I should just change this to Project 2 so that you can follow along better. Project 2. Okay. Reload. Wow. Okay. So now I'm going to get this Jumbotron class .jumbotron, and I'm going to give it a background color of crimson too. You would want to have like a constant color throughout your website. It's just good practice. What did I do? Oh, we captured the Jumbotron instead of the card container, the card deck class. Card deck background color crimson. Let's reload, check that out. Okay, there it is. Now I'm just going to do a margin. Nope, I'm going to do padding all around of 30 pixels. Why you do this? Padding all around. Okay, let's reload. Boom. And okay, so we need to paste in our images. They're already here, so all I have to do is link them. CSS, GitHub, and HTML. what I'm going to do is change this title to HTML, CSS, and GitHub. CSS and GitHub, 3 of my favorite things. GitHub. Okay, so I'm just going to give it the source attribute, images, HTML. Okay, then down here css.png, JPEG, and down here the GitHub image. It's not really GitHub, it's a guy wearing a GitHub t-shirt. GitHub. If you're wondering where I get these images, just go to Unsplash. You will find amazing images, but I'm just going to leave this in the description anyway, so you can still get them here. Okay, now we're done with that. Do we need what more do we need? Ooh, okay, let's add some more padding. I mean, this isn't enough. This is not enough padding. For the alt, we can just say 4. You need to set an alternative if your website fails to load images. 4. Okay, for the styles, let's get back and give it some extra padding. I'm gonna do 40. Reload. Yep, at least we have just as much space as the other side. Okay, so lastly we need the contact, so I'm just going to add us some space. We need some personal space. I mean, everyone needs space in life, so I'm just going to paste that down here, space. Then I'm going to comment this out as a contact form. You could do much more with the contact form, but not really that interested. I mean, this is just a tutorial for someone getting into Bootstrap. It's not a professional, because that series is coming. Mark your calendars. It's going to be huge and it's going to be amazing. So right now we just get back, get some form, I think, not really forms. Okay, the first one, grab this, copy and just paste it in here. Ooh, boom, refresh that. It's looking terrible, so we're just going to put in the same, what is this form group. I'm just going to put it in a container. Just going to grab the form itself, give it padding. Move 20 pixels all around and refresh that. Do some more, do better. Let's do 50 pixels and just refresh this. 50 pixels, refresh. Okay, looking good. But right in here we need some text, something like this. I'm just going to say contact us. I'm going to put an H1 with a class of look, and I'm going to hit tab. So it's going to say contact us. If you reload this, it's going to be terrible right there. So let's position that. So we say, come down here, contact, nope, it was look. refresh so I can know exactly where it is. Once I refresh, it's still there. I'm just going to say bottom 20 pixels. Left. Let's say 30 pixels. Refresh. Okay, I need more to top, so I'm going to increase the bottom padding to 50 pixels and left. I'm going to do 10. Okay, let's see what that happens. Okay, there, it's looking decent. Something up. Not as decent as this. Something. So first of all, I'm going to change this. This looks okay. This is ours. We need it a bit more. Okay. Bottom 60 and then left. Let's just leave it at 9 pixels. Okay, refresh that. Refreshing. Okay, boom, it's decent. Now, finishing up, we're just going to add this our bread and butter. What everyone needs in life, space. Now, I'm finishing up with the footer. Copy this down. And for the footer, we are creating this ourselves. We're going just to give it a div.footer. And in here, I'm just going to put some H3, which says copyright 2020. With love by Fortune Codes. Okay, let's do this. Let's refresh. See how it looks. It looks terrible. Okay, that's kind of the point. Footer. So we're going to give it a height of about 12 rem and a background color of black. But I'm going to change that. Just need that. Yep. I'm going to change that to a little that color. Okay. And we're going to give it a width of 100%. Okay, let's reload. Okay, now we need to center this. I'm going to give the H3 dot footer H3. I'm going to give it a color of crimson, and I'm going to give it a font size of 0.9 rem. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, there it is. It's not bad. Now we say just position it. I'm going to say position relative. Just going to give it a top. No, I'm just going to give it a top 30 pixels and then an attribute of right 30 pixels too. Let's see how that looks. Refresh. Okay, look, it's just wrong. 1, 2, it should be left. Okay, let's refresh and check that out. Boom. So that's it. We didn't really quite achieve this exact same bit, but you can just customize this until you achieve it. It's not really okay. The submit button, we can actually change that. For the submit button, you just change the class to your custom. Click on the custom button. Not sure. Yep, custom button. Now once you refresh that, there. So that's it. Hope you got a lot of value from this course, and if you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss out on any video, including the Bootstrap course that's coming up. This is the channel for you guys, because even if you know nothing about web development, it's going to take you from being a beginner to a full stack developer. So consider subscribing. And as you can see, the website, as I said, is inherently responsive. It's just amazing what you can do with Bootstrap in a matter of seconds. So if this course helped you, wait for the end credits, and I'm going to share one tip with you on how you can go further with Bootstrap.